Good morning, YouTube family. It's Tuesday, May 13th, 8:10 a.m. Just headed out for the day. Just picked up my first offer. McDonald's. Actually got this while I was taking a shower, or when I was finishing up my shower. $6 for 3.4 miles. Hopped out of the shower, threw on my clothes, and off I went. Good thing I already had my teeth brushed and all that, so I didn't have to worry about that. So, get this day off started quick. Nothing crazy, but at least it's always nice taking an offer before you leave the house. That way you're not driving around aimlessly or wasting gas driving down to my spot. So, make a quick $6 here. We'll get this day rolling. It's 66 degrees. Going to be another beautiful day. Yesterday was borderline hot. We got up to like 84 or 85 yesterday. It felt hot. Obviously, not used to that warmth yet. Peyton had softball practice last night. She had fun. She was a little, I guess she was nervous leading up to her first practice because she was kind of like on the fence, like acting like she didn't really want to play, which was weird because she's been talking about softball all winter. And then when the time came and I told her her first practice was coming up, I think it just made her nervous. So now the first practice is over and out of the way, and she's ready to go out and up to the park and hit some balls and play catch in the backyard. She's ready for it all. So that makes me happy. Baseball is my favorite sport, so the fact that she really enjoys it warms my heart. But yeah, so when took her to dinner last night. We ate out on the patio at a Mexican restaurant. Didn't turn on the camera yesterday. I almost did, but I decided not to. But obviously, today I chose to. So, we'll get this delivered. And hopefully, we have a prosperous Tuesday. Yesterday was very slow. I only worked through lunch rush because it was slow. I made $64 or something like that, I think. $65. And I was out from 8 until 2, so just over $10 an hour. Yesterday was not a good day, which I thought was going to happen because the day before was Mother's Day, and it was literally insane. It was crazy how busy it was. So I know oftentimes when that's the case, the next day is usually dead, and that ended up being true for yesterday. So we're going to turn a right here at this light, and our next drop-off is around. Order number 2 has been accepted. As I was pulling away from the last customer, I got a Dunkin' order, $7.75 for 3.7 miles, headed back south. So, good start for the morning. Just keep me moving. Keep it at $2 per mile. That's all I ask. All right, well, got another offer right off the bat. This one is an Uber. It is $9.36 for like 3.5 miles or something like that. I already got it picked up. There's somebody in a Jeep right here. I don't know what they're doing. They're in the way of everybody. People are dumb. Almost used the R word. Can't use the R word these days. But, so off to a hot start. This put us what? $13.75 the first two plus 9. $23 already. It's only $8.39. Wife wants Starbucks, so I just picked that up. And right when I picked it up, I told her to go ahead and place the order because this is only a couple miles away. So by the time I drop this off and come back, it should be ready. Drop that off to her. She better be ordering me a drink. She usually does, or else. Oh, see, she just sent me the text with the order. Looks like I got a drink in there. All right. News is good. I got like hair growing here in my arm, which I don't think I ever had before. And every time I go like this, they like stick together, and it's really irritating. It's driving me crazy. I'm gonna have to shave my inner elbow. And getting old, you start growing hair in spots you never had hair before. Weird. I hate it. And I got like permanent grays here on the sides. Like every time I get my hair cut, I shave them all the way down. And I don't mind being gray, I guess, but I don't know. Signs of getting old. I'm 41. I'm halfway to 82. Depressing when you think of it that way, right? So we'll get this Starbucks delivered. and I'll get my old ass back to Starbucks to pick up my coffee. See you soon. All right, dropped off the Starbucks for Uber Eats. Nice quick one. Good customers. A little disappointed this time because a lot of times they have their dogs in the office, friendly little pups. This time they didn't. I was looking forward to it, to getting my lovin's from the doggos, but they weren't there today. But still a good order. And as I was pulling out of that parking lot, I got this DoorDash for this McDonald's, $6 for 2.8 miles. We are off and running, ladies and gentlemen. This will put us at like $30 already in about 40 minutes. So, what was it, 6:10? I think was the first time I turned the camera on when I got to that McDonald's. So, 38 minutes. I guess by the time I drop this off, it's like 2 minutes away. It'll be 40 minutes since I took my first offer. So $30 in 40 minutes is pretty damn good. If only it stayed that way forever. And pull these directions up and I'll see you soon. As I was dropping off the Starbucks to the wife, a little Taco Bell action, $6 for 2 miles. Let's see what this is about. All right, so I got to my spot. I did the Taco Bell order, $6 for 2 miles. Got to my spot. That put me about, what, $36 maybe. Got to my spot. Got this Casey's, $7.25 for 2.5 miles. All kinds of random stuff. I hate taking Casey's orders, as I've mentioned, because a lot of times people order random off-the-wall things that they don't have in stock, and it just gets super annoying. And they sell pizza here, which is really popular, and it's almost never ready. Almost every time I get to a Casey's to pick up a pizza order, they haven't even put it in the oven yet. So I avoid these orders mostly at all costs. They ordered a couple breakfast items, like a couple hash browns and like a breakfast croissant. They ordered a Gatorade, a 2-liter of Sprite, all kinds of randomness. So we'll go see what this is all about. Of course, they ordered glazed donut holes, and they don't have any. So now I got to contact the customer, see if they want something different. It's just a huge pain in the ass. I'm just going to drop the order. That is why we don't accept Casey's offers. The breakfast stuff was going to be like 5 to 10 minutes, they said. And they were out of the glazed donut holes that they ordered. So, can you contact the customer, see if they want a different flavor? It's like, no. It's just not worth my time. I'm leaving. No, thank you. I'll just happily drop the order. Casey's burns me every time. I mean, it's not busy, so it's not that big of a deal, but I'm not dealing with that. It's just, if you order from Casey's on DoorDash, do us all a favor and stop. Because they're a joke to deal with. So we'll head back to the spot, see if we get something different. Hello. I haven't turned the camera on in a little while. I'll give you a quick rundown of what's been happening. I'm getting orders. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm getting a DoorDash. All right, update time. 12:13 p.m. It's been busy. I keep forgetting to tell you guys what's happening. Since last time I talked to you, I did that Starbucks order going to the casino, I believe. $6.50 for 3 miles. Handled that. Jason's Deli, $10 for 7.3 miles. Wasn't that great of an offer. And I was heading over to the west side, but I'd been sitting there for like 10 or 15 minutes and wasn't getting anything, so I went ahead and took it. That's about 10:15 or 10:20. So I still had a little ways before the lunch rush order started to come through. So I figured I might as well go ahead and take it. Did that. Now upon drop off, I got an Olivo Tacos order. A good one. Olivo's Tacos is downtown. It's bringing me back this way to where I want to be. Actually, I need to turn here. Oh boy, almost forgot. It was $7.50 for like 3.3 miles. So that was a nice one. Did that. Stopped, gas station, got a hot dog and a drink for myself. And then I got a Panino's order, Italian place, like Italian fast food place. $6 for 4 miles, but it was bringing me even further towards my zone. So that was an okay one. After that, what did I get? I got a Chili's, $7.25. I'm in the wrong parking lot. $7.25 for 4 miles. Piece of cake. That kept me kind of close to my zone. I don't know who you're honking at. I dropped that off, came back towards my spot, declined a bunch of trash on the way. My acceptance rate went from like 20% back down to 10%. I finally did accept a Chick-fil-A, which I just dropped off. $6 for 1.9 miles, just to keep me busy, and it kept me in my zone. So all said and done, right now it is 12:15, and I am at $79. So looking pretty good, especially for a Tuesday. No complaints. I just pulled into Chili's. Proof right here. I'm at Chili's. This one is $13.50 for 6.1 miles going downtown. I don't want to go downtown, but it's more than $2 per mile, so I got to take it, right? Maybe there'll be a hidden tip. It looks like it's going downtown to maybe like an office building or something. So I haven't looked at the order yet. Maybe it's for a bunch of people. Maybe there'll be a hidden tip. Who knows? Stay tuned and you'll find out. Good afternoon. Late afternoon, early evening, whatever you want to call it. It's 4:12. I took a break. I finished off that Chili's order. Ended up being $15.75 for 6 miles. So there's a hidden tip on there. So that put me at like we'll say $95. I just did one order for McDonald's. $6 for 1.9 miles. Also a hidden tip of $1. So it was $7 for 1.9 miles. And now we have a beefaroo. $7.75 for 2.8 miles. Just picked that up. About to deliver that. And that will put us $109, something like that. So, not too bad. Wife is working from home today, so I don't have to worry about going to pick her up, so I can just stay out for the next few hours. I'm going to make at least $150 today. I shouldn't have a problem doing that. More would be better, obviously. I have a bug in my shirt. I don't know what the fuck. Oh, I don't know. I think I had a ladybug up my shirt. But, so yeah. So we're back out here for the dinner rush. Let's see how it goes. Alright, back with a little update. I ended up getting a DoorDash offer. $8.50 for 4.5 miles. At the same time, simultaneously, that was a DoorDash. I got an Uber order. It was like $9.30 something for 1 mile to a regular. So they're both right across the street from each other. So I accepted them both. Picked up the Red Robin. I knew it would be ready because it's an Uber Eats order. And it was Red Robin, which their orders around here are typically ready when you get there. Which it was. So it was getting dropped off right close to the Chick-fil-A. So I went ahead, drove by the Chick-fil-A, Mark arrived, and then delivered that, came back a couple minutes later. There was an order already on the shelf for Todd C. My order was for somebody named Todd S. I waited and waited and waited. Then I started to worry. I was like, okay. They were both DoorDash orders. So finally I'm like, okay, maybe somebody came in here and grabbed the wrong Todd because this order is not mine. Because that order had a milkshake, mine did not. So, let's see what this is real quick. So anyway, I called the guy over and I was like, hey, I think there's an issue here. I have a feeling that my order was already picked up. This is Todd C, I have Todd S, and I've been waiting for a while. He's like, yeah, we don't have it in the system. Like, somebody must have just picked up the wrong one by mistake. Like, yeah, no big deal. But as I was doing that, I got this Grubhub, which I'm going to pick up right now. I don't want to do it because it's in the mall in the food court, which is a pain in the ass. But it's a Sbarro, $13.68 for 6 miles. So the pay is just enough to where I'll actually do it. So we're off to the mall here. I'll give you a little scope of what the mall's like. Pulling in. After this Red Robin order, I should be like $117, I think, $118. And then after the Sbarro, I'll be in the $130 range, so that's good. It's 5:03. It is gorgeous out. It is 78. A lot of cloud cover, so it's keeping it cool. So there's a nice gentle breeze. Just a picture perfect evening. I'll roll these windows up because the wind's probably loud as hell. is like a circle drive that kind of drives around the mall. The bowling alley where you have seen me bowl at, if you watch my videos regularly, is right here on the left. The Cherry Bowl. It's called the Cherry Bowl because it is in Cherry Valley. And I am flying. I'm going way too fast. Whoops. I'm going 40. I think the speed limit is 25 in here. Cherry Valley, the cops, it's a small little redneck town, so cops are kind of like cockroaches. They're kind of all over the place, just looking for something to do, looking for somebody to pull over. Whew. I've actually bought a car here in the past. I bought a 05 Chevy Cavalier, brand new there, 20 years ago. I beat that into the ground. I didn't take care of it at all, but it still lasted me like 6 or 7 years. Actually, by the time I traded it in, it had like sporty alloy rims on it, and the rims were so rusted that air was actually leaking through the rims. And my tires kept going flat. So when I actually traded it in, after I agreed to buy the car, it was an Equinox at the time that I bought. Came back out to the car. 2 of the tires were already flat. So I just keep filling with air. Within a couple hours, they'd be completely flat. So this is what sucks, is I gotta park here. I gotta walk into this mall. I gotta go all the way. You know what? Let's park here. Whatever. What the hell? Sbarro acquired. As we meander through the mall. This is the same mall I was in the other day with my daughter. Pretty empty. This mall is hanging on by a thread, I will say. There's a few vacant stores, but for the most part, they've maintained probably like 75% occupancy. Still got a Spencer's up there. Still got a Zoomies. There is a H&M up above. Barnes & Noble. So, it's hanging on. Alright, Sbarro acquired. Is it worth it going into the mall to pick up orders? Probably almost never. I got in there, they said like 3 more minutes. Of course, 3 more minutes means 8 minutes. So, probably waited almost 10 minutes. But once you're all the way in there, no point in dropping the order because you drove all the way here and walked all the way into the mall. So, should I have taken this order? Probably not. Because at the end of the day, it's what, $13.68 I said? I accepted it probably 20 minutes ago. By the time I drop this off, it'll be about 35 to 40 minutes. So it'd be like $20 an hour average. It would average out to, I would guess. So the dollars per mile is worth it, yes. But the time that's consumed makes it not worth it. Whew, it is hot with the windows up. Sorry about the wind if that's loud, but smells good. We'll get this dropped off and we'll get our night. We'll continue our night and continue to make big bucks, hopefully. On to the next order. Didn't take too long. I got an offer for sushi. Hachi sushi. $11 for 4 miles. It'll put me in the $140 range. It's 6:01. Trying to decide, pardon the big truck just went by, probably pretty loud. Trying to decide if I want to stay out or not, since this is taking me close to the house. That's one of the downfalls about living where I live, is I get a lot of orders that go close to my house, and I get that urge just to go home since I'm already almost there. Cubs start at 6:40. They brought up one of their top prospects that's making his debut tonight. I want to watch him play, but I need to make money. I think I'm going to suck it up and stay out. I can always just listen to it on the radio. The highlights will be there when I get home. Oh, what was that? Come on, people. And it's not that big of a deal, right? Making money is more important, right? Yes, Joe. Making money is more important. So we're going to stay out. Let's get this dropped off. Good morning. As you can see, it is the next day. I did stay out. However, I only stayed out for one more order. I took a Portillo's $9.50 for 5 miles, which took me a couple blocks away from a grocery store. Wife was texting me demanding steak because I didn't make her steak for Mother's Day because we got the free Olive Garden. So I caved. I went and picked up a few steaks for me, the wife, and the kid, and they just so happened to have lobster tails. Lobster tails are a little harder to get here in the Midwest, especially for the price I got them at. I got them for $7 each. They weren't big, but still for $7. So I picked up some lobster tails, made some steak and lobster on the grill, along with some chicken that was about to go bad, so we went ahead and made that too, and called it a night. So I finished at about $150. Pretty solid Tuesday. I finished, what was it, about 6 or 6:30 when I went home? About 6:30 when I finished that last order, I think. I could have stayed out and made some more money. But if you like my videos, please like, subscribe, and comment. And we will begin in the next video shortly. Thank you for watching.